people are like, let me be frank. Do you believe like if you're upset with if you're your partner about this argument, and you're with and is it reason enough to withhold sex? Presentation. Hi everyone, welcome to another
Conversation with Elise.
Conversation with Elise. How you doing? How is everyone? Happy what? Today again? Today Wednesday?
Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah. Happy Thursday to everyone. Good to see you. We're here again with another video. It has been a while, so we want to try our best to be more consistent and stay today.
Better fix yourself.
Yeah, I'm glad this is just a lie. So, yes, guys. So you see the topic. We were in touch on, should a woman most of the time a woman say, but should a woman withhold sex or should you withhold sex from your partner? We're going to look at it. Reasons why people do, and are the reasons sufficient? Are the reasons valid? Are the reasons they make sense? And as especially on the Christian side, should we do that? All right. So, but before we go there, please like the video. All right. And if you're here for the first time, please consider subscribing. In fact, just go ahead and subscribe. All it takes from you is just a little energy to press subscribe. And of course, we want to remind everyone to turn on your post notification bell. That way, whenever we upload a video or whenever we drop a video, you'll be one of the first to be notified. All right. So once you turn it on, that little bell at the corner, just press it 2 times. When you press it 1 time, you see 3 options. Press the top one and say, look, shiny, something on it. And that is your notification bell. So whenever we upload a video, you will be first to notify. All right. So so we're going to talk about withholding sex from your partner. Is this something that should be done? No, I can get all theological, but the truth is the scripture tells us that our bodies are not our own. So that when you're married, your body is not woman, or ladies, when you're married, your body is not yours. And men, when you are married, your body is not yours. So your body belongs to your partner. So everybody own everybody body.
Everybody.
Each somebody own the other somebody body.
Both of your bodies belongs to each other.
That's still not sound English. Anyway, yeah, but that's the topic, guys. We have heard it in the past where people are like, let me be frank. Do you believe like if you're upset with if you're your partner about this argument, and you're with is it reason enough to withhold sex?
Yeah, boy.
Well,
just generally.
no, my belief is that the lady body is for her partner and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
You may not get the same energy and liveliness because you are at odds, but I don't believe that you should withhold.
What are some of the reasons you hear ladies say withhold sex?
Ladies withhold. Mostly some ladies, they withhold because of money. If they don't get money, if the money is not coming in.
And we're gonna start general. We're not gonna start Christian
general relationship.
Just generally in a relationship. So ladies will withhold it because of money.
Money.
What else? Alright, expound upon the party. Based on your
Based on what I heard when I was working out for money, because the ladies are saying if they don't have money to do what they want to do, their headspace is not there, and they can't just come lay down and just giving it up and those things. So a lot of that disgruntledness I used to hear, because when they were told it, the man moved faster to get the money and carry the money.
Oh, okay then. What else? What other reason you hear?
Some other reason that I hear is, I mean, of course, if they're upset. If they're upset or the man is just not doing what they're supposed to do around the house or in the family, they withhold sex. If they have disagreements, they withhold sex. If
they want to prove a point?
They want to prove a point. I just want to be bare spiteful.
Okay.
You hear some ladies that withhold sex. And if they lose the trust, like they say, no, I'm a cheater, they lock shop basically. They lock shop.
So there was one thing in my head. Do they withhold it also because if the partner, husband, do it properly?
Yeah, boy.
Over time, yes. I heard it already at an agape meeting once, where a sister said, well, it makes sense, may I give him first, him get it so, bam, 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 shop, and him done. And then he just drop asleep, him not do nothing. Yeah, I don't know if you remember.
No man, yeah.
I remember
will
that
remain nameless.
Yeah, and I place the place mash up, but that was a true state. That was her reality. You know?
So if it, like say if it not if you not men the husband do it right, the wife just, because I think her last memory was like, or the several times in the past it was just yes, so she say no, we don't go about the waste of time.
Yeah, that's what she said, and I remember.
But is that sufficient to withhold?
It's not. It's not sufficient.
But then you can see if you're understanding though, because she say, "Oh,
yeah," but that means
especially if the woman well build up, and then after that it just
no. It's I can understand the demotivation, but not to lock shop. The person should get help, because that is one of the main ingredients of a healthy marriage. And we all know, sir, as you'll hear, there is shop out there. You have your pass, the man would let pass a shop out the road. You understand me?
Because you're shop lock in my past other shops. So
there's several shops, and while it may not be a good enough reason for people to go out there, you understand, go look for other shops that are open. It's a reality that it does.
And you don't really buy other shop, don't you? You don't buy other shop.
You have
corner
shop, right? Yeah. You have window shop.
Wholesale.
You have back road shop. Back road shop.
Okay.
You understand? So you have many shops. So basically, as a shop.
And back road shop, we hear about them. Just never have the experience. No, but pass on there, you know.
So you do around this.
No, I don't drive past road.
That's all right to say drive past road.
Yeah, but drive past.
You have to travel through there.
No, as in, I was honest, I didn't even know it was that road, because I think I was coming from Portmore. I'm gonna check Richard.
Yeah, but that's
I'm just a drive. I think I Richard is telling me say one night time, you know.
So yeah, Richard know about back road.
I don't know about back road shop. No, not the shop, the road in the back road.
You look here, we know exactly where it's at. Yeah, the road in the back road, but that's one of the main shop.
Oh, well, I mean, because I said, you know,
that open to the public. So ladies, you have to bear in mind that why, especially for those who don't have a valid reason for locking shop. Because the shop is for the man. The shop is for
the shop owner.
The shop owner.
Oh, okay.
So how you gonna lock the shop?
From the shop owner.
From the shop owner. And it's the main, you know, so that is their main, what they call it now, motivator. Motivation dance.
Okay.
You understand? So basically a lot of relationships get into problem because the least little thing, they lock the shops because you know it holds that's the way to get the man's attention.
It should not be used as a weapon.
It should not be.
It should not be used as a weapon.
You encourage your partner to go out there.
Quite frankly, still, I mean, the truth is for me, I can't speak for every man. But if me and Michelle not at peace, it's not happening.
But me not that not shop.
No, I'm not saying you do, but I not even go on took up the keys, much less because.
Well, at least that is your choice.
Yeah,
you don't
but
have a reason. You understand?
Because sex for me is not just the two organs coming together.
Mm-hmm.
It is everything coming into play.
Yeah.
Mind, body, and soul.
Being in sync and intertwined.
And if you now cut it, make no sense.
And it explodes. That's the beauty of the thing, The problem is that you have too many relationships where when you come around to being together, people think that, I just him want it, I can't bother with it. Sit here, just take the kit and go. But the truth is, if you don't even present it, make it presentable to the man, him have no reason to really linger. You have to,
God forbid.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. No, it's a serious.
No, but a reality.
You have to pay attention.
A reality.
You understand? You really do have to pay attention and dress it up and, make it inviting. I can understand that it's not all the time you're maybe going to be in that overdrive, but at the same time, it should still be appealing.
So locking shop is not necessarily.
It's not an option.
It should not be an option.
It should not be an option. If you want your relationship to be married, to continue to have peace, joy, and fun and excitement, you can't lock shop.
Well, I agree. But I believe at the same time that if the mood not right, I don't think it should be forced.
If the mood is not right, both party don't want it.
Not in the real
mood.
Yeah.
I think that if the other party is feeling for it, they can just go into overdrive.
You mean by the other person? You mean the party, the one who has the desire, should go into overdrive.
Go into overdrive.
And then the one who don't really want it must just lay down.
It shouldn't be an every time thing. It shouldn't be, because that is where it becomes.
Because I don't really play that too. I'm not into that.
It become lethargic and dead. But on a serious
I'm boring. It's quite frankly boring.
And then you have so much killing shop out there open. You understand? Some of them is driven by money. And we all know that you have some relationship where some men is like being with their spouse is like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's
essential.
Yeah. Yeah.
The truth of the matter is that it is an essential part of a relationship. If there's no intimacy, I'm right about sex now, there's no sexual intimacy, then what is, it's not the all in all, but if there's none,
there's no life
wrong.
Really.
Something serious wrong, because it's not just for procreation why people are intimately involved or sexually involved. It's not just for procreation. It's also for fun and for comfort. Because the truth is, when it is done right, and a man's stress time come on, it is done right, that man sleeps like a baby.
Exactly. And
I think the lady too.
That is true. And it builds the friendship also. It makes the emotion side of you, both of you come alive.
So let's look at reasons why you shouldn't lock shop.
Yeah, so the reason you shouldn't lock shop is one of the main ingredients of intimacy. Mm-hmm. It builds intimacy within your relationship.
That's
one. And two, it is just, I would say, it's the stuff of life for the relationship. Yes, because
stuff of life for the relationship.
Because
that's a good one.
I heard, counselors and talk shows that they talk about a relationship can survive approximately 2 weeks without any form of affection or intimacy. Mm-hmm. 2 weeks. After that 2 weeks, you're going to find out that somebody is going to start drawing away drift from each other, and then the attention, that intimacy that is needed is being sought elsewhere. Somewhere else. You have the reason why it may not apply to everybody, because you have some persons who are disciplined. Mm-hmm. You have disciplined persons, but nevertheless, even though they're disciplined persons, going without it for a good period of time, especially if it's in a malicious situation. You understand? They do rebel. They do rebel and find other thing to pass other persons, and that's where all the back road shop and the corner shop and the window shop, and we know there's a lot of window shop out there. Some people just waiting and looking for occasion for sister things so for creepy and open up their shop, their illegal shop. So you know. It is illegal shop because they're trying to take what is not theirs.
And then now other reasons for not to lock shop is it builds a wedge.
Yeah.
It builds a wedge. So instead of locking shop, talk it out.
Yeah.
And in talking it out though, I always say the communication and the willingness to listen to each other is important, because if somebody feel like they can't talk it out, then the shop will lock still, because who really, for example now, me believe say, if it can't just be about, well, me not go lock shop, alright, you want it, me not in the vibe, or me have some answer to fit up, but you don't want to talk about it, okay, nevertheless, me just open shop, say me go on their thing.
Well, basically, that is not right within itself, though. But
there is something that must click in at the person who want it. Well, let's use the man example. Who want it, and the lady say, "Well, she have something unresolved," and she say, "Okay, then I'm told not to lock shop. Here, come and take it." At some point, the man after I think, and I said, "No, man,
because there's
something need to be talked about."
That is true. And while you have some men who you're not up, you're not in the mood, and you understand it's not mutual. I can't take the vexation opening up, you're not being together like that. So they are disciplined enough to maybe wait and talk over things. But there are some men, like me say, notice me say it's like a staff of life. For some men, whether or not, and the truth is that
each his own, brother.
Yeah, but and the truth is theirs. It's theirs. It's just that there's more motivation when both parties good and sweet and down for the deed and ready enough to
So do you find that, like, even in the conversations, you have ladies who, because I've spoken to ladies and they say, yo, all right, if them, say for example, them and them partner not at full 100, but them give it to him wicked, and before you know it, him drop asleep, and then them can, after him wake up, them have a conversation, and you know, so it's like an icebreaker too, or is a wall breaker.
It can be a wall. That is it.
And
that's
then
why you have
open
to
the channel, literally open the channel.
That's where I believe that
the conversation.
Yeah, because I believe that in relationship, everybody should have certain things that are. It's a deal breaker. Certain things shouldn't be on the line just because you're having the worst.
Money now come, now get none.
Especially some petty things.
You vex with you, now get none.
Right. And that damages relationship. And then before I hear people say, I don't know why he changed or she changed. You know, things are just not the same, and I don't know why. If you pay attention, you do know why. Because, like we said before, being together intimately is one of the main ingredients of intimacy. You understand? Of softening the mood, of being more playful and friendly with each other. So when that side of you become dormant or within the relationship, you're gonna realize that what else is left is just the all scuff. People just playing the role of being responsible to take care of what
doing the right thing,
just for doing the right thing. And nobody really wants that. Nobody really wants that.
What are the reasons that shop not to lock again? What are the reasons?
The other reasons for shop not to lock, it's just
don't give no space for the devil.
Right.
Because apart from, even from a Christian standpoint, what them say, well, if you're going to go up and fast, you must speak to your spouse first, and the spouse must give you permission to go and do it. So don't you being super spiritual and say I go up and 10 days fast and tell your spouse but you go up and 10 days fast because you spiritual and a God work you do, and before you know it, your partner did a pineapple or someone can't get none. It is not an occasion for him to go to corner shop.
Right.
But at the same time, it depends on where the man mindset there or the lady's mindset is at. and the enemy can creep in so many different ways, right? Especially if you never sort out some sort of unsettled situation and you go on your 10 days fast and the enemy does send somebody to mess up whatever. You understand me?
And they used to say I do a world of good there, so
you're fasting
and you're a prayer warrior.
Listen, it is a reason why the Bible tells them, as I tell you, people can talk about the Bible, we love what the Bible talk clear and straight. Right? It's a reason why the Bible says, listen, don't withhold it for your husband or your wife. It's a reason why the Bible tells you, if you go upon devotion, for any long period of time, your wife, your spouse have to give consent. It's a reason why the Bible says, about the body, your body and yours. And his is not his and hers is not hers. There's a reason for that. So once those things are kept in the forefront of your mind, whether sinner or whether Christian or not Christian, right? Once those things are kept in the forefront of your mind, you're good to go because you gotta keep them and say, alright. And it goes hand in hand to, if my body, if her body is mine, and me will treat fair body like come, I want to treat my body. So you understand me? If fair body is unhealthy because me unhealthy. And if I am healthy, then that means a fair body healthy. Why? Because what is mine is hers, and what is hers is mine. So we treat it properly and treat it right. You understand me? Because we know that sex is not just about the moment at the time. It's about how you take care of the body to make sure so boy, 10 minutes, 15, 20, 30 minutes, it has its longevity.
It has its longevity. And the truth is, as you made the point, which is good, which is a very solid point, especially for people who are in faith, their prayer warriors, nothing is wrong like that. Everything have its place. But God is a God of principle.
Yeah, man, principle.
And if you're there fasting and praying like Daniel, and your prayers are not being answered, it's something to look into. Because God is a God of principle. Your
prayer not answer because you don't give your husband. You're not giving your wife or your husband no
fleshy. It's just a fleshy. Well, if we're then fleshy, so we're made up of what? Flesh,
body, soul,
and spirit. Yeah. So you cannot starve any of the area. It has to be balanced. It has to be balanced because you're there praying out and everything and I cry maybe for years, maybe for months. Maybe you're still praying for the same man, or a woman.
Say something. Sorry, finish your point.
But because God is a God of principle, if you say as much, for how many times days now you're fasting, because you have to abstain and without consent, and every night the man come in, twisting, turn, and just miserable and stress out. Because guess what? You said, me I lock shop, me I go fasting, I pray for you, and me this and then. Guys, God will not answer because He is a God of principle. You have to take care of the needs that also the flesh need. Because we aren't, if we were bare spirit, nobody would see it. It would be caught up already.
I wouldn't necessarily feel
and you wouldn't feel anything, because then this wouldn't have any use. So we have to be balanced. And then you see how things work. You know how nice it is to know, so alright, your prayer life good, your hobby good and happy, and children are alright, house and everything alright. Man, you feel like a gladiator.
And then when people come around, they can feel the aura of niceness around you.
Yeah.
And then now the smile upon your spouse's face after a good proper season of worship.
And let me tell you, some men will take on the world for their women just because they know that the ladies go the extra mile, because of course we're tired too, because we're not machines, you understand? But when the men even know the situations, they know that she's tired, but she just want to please me and make the effort, and she go the extra mile for me, and those things that give them that extra motivation to do anything for their spouse. And for all the ladies, what about me not get the money, me not get this, me not give him. Try a different way, Try a different way. Sometimes people have to talk about younger people who they never have the energy, and a young girl them and whatever they want. Listen, I don't believe that no young girl have nothing at all over me. I don't. I believe that it, and I'm not no super lady because me fall short too.
Oh yes.
So let me tell you. But I do believe that when you come to those good things, catch up on yourself, make the effort, you understand, and get down, you know, with your partner. It's yours.
The overall is the overall.
Make the effort.
Yeah.
And put in the work.
The overall thing is to you have to make it worth the while. You know, if it's gonna happen, make it happen properly. And if it's gonna and if it happen properly, there's motivation to always want to make it happen properly. You understand me? And there'll be no thought for lock shop either, because whenever the event comes around, it's always something momentous and willing for looking forward to. You understand me? And once it is what it's supposed to be, keeps you coming back for more.
Right, and it doesn't matter how sanctimonious we may be. When you're married to somebody, it is your partner. You understand? And don't try to, because most people put their sexual life in a little box.
Okay.
Like, okay. Especially when you are a child of God, certain things I will not do, or you know, you believe that even in going to know each other, you should holy and listen. I believe that you must be perky. I believe that flirtatious with your partner. This is. I mean, I believe that
bring down the house.
Intimacy, bringing down the house, because intimacy on a whole. When you're in a secret relationship. You understand me? I say, don't act as if okay, I'm going to
so
take
nothing
it
is
off
off
the
limits.
shelf.
Once the both are in a full agreement,
Once both of you are in full agreement and you're comfortable with each other in what you're doing, it's not something you take off of the shelf and dust it off and you deal with it and you dust it off and put it back. It's something that you should play with. You're in a relationship. You have a privacy
and do the exploration
and explore and have fun.
Okay.
You understand? And linger there, man, for a while. You understand it? And I mean, that gives you even pep in your step. That's something you don't even remember. Say your age paper say it makes sense, or it's not really relevant. And for those persons who always just say, wow, you're not a great here, or you're not like this, I'm not just have fun with my life.
So that's why me have to hear someone not going for me.
Not going for you, they're not what they're going for with me. I know it's not me alone. But I think I work.
That's why
you work, baby.
We're for different reasons.
But at the end of the day, I mean, it's good, you know, it's good that whether you're a child of God or you're in a committed relationship with each other. You look like you're asleep,
no, I'm good, man.
Look at my energy, I'm going
I mean, no, after 12, but
it's good. I mean, sometimes when you know, say, you know, you're being with your spouse, whether last night, maybe whenever, and you can, I don't know if anybody, but sometimes I have a big grin on my face. I'm just a reminisce. I like me to catch up on myself and say, you know, nobody else go up. Listen, I'm going to the church, I'm a worshiper, but if something they go on before church in a particular way and it mash up the place, me.
See you pause worship, I remember the other worship.
I not pause worship, but I smile and I have something else.
Oh, you know, something additional to worship
so,
about.
Yeah, I fling up my hand and I worship. And it gives you an energy, it gives you life. You don't feel your age and you know, some people are just stressed because their body
now,
needs
if you reach the front of the video, you should have liked the video.
Yeah,
yes?
Your body needs your sexual activity.
Yes,
especially as a married man, you need it to make your body feel, you understand, perky and frisky and balanced. No, honestly, and balanced. So, you know, alright, there's sometimes that you, I mean, maybe not every time, but there's sometimes you pass and maybe even slap you and say, And because the memory of even the very last time, it put a little pep and expectation in it for the other time. So, ladies, let us just wake up here, because just the world now wait to tell us what to do. They might wait for your energy job to open them shop, them energy jobs, so your energy job. And right now, I know every man is not weak, but there are some men, as you said, make no room for the devil, you know, in their lowest time. Because if they're bogged down at work and stressed out with life and corona, and then them not get no de-stressor, because you lock the shop. What you think? You know?
So no locking of the shop.
No locking the shop, man. What the shop up?
Oh my God, yeah. That's all good. Open shop and have fun.
I have fun.
Yeah. And there's only one customer. So.
Exactly. So you
know
know
exactly what
social
you want.
distancing. No, and no social distancing is not around here. Them
my
time.
God.
No, actually, some people behave like okay, even if we're spouse.
Yeah. Okay.
And social distancing are going.
So we're going to close this video, but we still set here no locking of the shop.
No locking
Keep the shop open. We're going to touch on some other aspect of this whole talk, but another time. So if you're here for the first time, welcome to the conversation. We look forward to hearing your comments, guys. We look forward to seeing you, liking up the video, and of course. We look forward to you in our next live because we try to keep it on a Sunday between 8 and 8:30, and so we're going to look forward to hearing from you. We're going to have another nice topic to discuss in our next live, and we're looking forward to hear from you this year 2022. The best is yet to come, and we're looking forward to great things. All right, so don't lock your shop.
Yeah, open up.
Hope to have fun. God bless. See you on the other side.